America's smartest movers aren't chasing hype cities anymore. They're slipping into places where the sunsets feel personal, the taxes don't bite, and the cost of living doesn't bully your retirement check. Pick the right zip code and you're suddenly breathing easier, sleeping deeper, and wondering why you ever tolerated traffic and chaos. And the best part? Most people still overlook these towns. So today, we're counting down 20 places where wise Americans are planning to move in 2026. Hidden pockets of value, beauty, and quiet brilliance. Some coastal, some mountain, some surprisingly cheap. Let's see which spot quietly becomes your new life upgrade. 20. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque is the desert city that sneaks up on you. One minute, you're eating breakfast burritos stuffed with hatch chilies. The next, you're staring at the Sandia Mountains like they're auditioning for a postcard. With a population of 561,008 and 16.6% age 65 plus, it's already halfway to being a senior-friendly paradise. The cost of living for retirees sits at 8% below the national average, which means your budget breathes a little easier. The average income is $61,503, and there's no shortage of outdoor recreation. Trails, golf courses, river walks, and a climate that gives you more sunny days than complaints. The only hiccup? New Mexico taxes nearly all retirement income, even though Social Security is exempt below $100,000 for singles and $150,000 for couples. Still, for people who want color, culture, mountains, and flavor in one place, Albuquerque feels like the retirement version of hitting the upgrade button. 19. Jacksonville, Florida. Jacksonville feels like someone took a full East Coast city and dipped it in sunscreen. With 22 miles of beaches, the St. Johns River, and a vibe that lets you go from waterfront mornings to suburban calm by evening, it's no wonder retirees are circling it like a great real estate deal. The city's huge, population 971,319, but it never feels overwhelming. About 14.4% of residents are 65 plus, giving it a ready-made retiree community. The money part is even sweeter. The cost of living sits at negative 4.3%, and Florida taxes retirement income exactly 0 times. Pair that with an average income of $64,138 and year-round outdoor living, and Jacksonville becomes the kind of place where you wonder why you didn't move sooner. Sure, hurricanes like to flirt with the coast, but most retirees shrug and say, yeah, but look at this view. 18. Portland, Maine. Portland is what happens when a coastal town grows up and decides to keep all its charm. The population is 68,424, with 16.8% aged 65 plus, giving it a quiet, grown-up pulse without feeling sleepy. People come here for ocean life without the southern humidity, crisp mornings, misty docks, ferry horns echoing over Casco Bay. But underneath the beauty is practicality. The cost of living is plus 12.5%, slightly higher, but the trade-off is access to some of the best healthcare and seafood in the Northeast. The average income is $71,498, and retirees get a pension exclusion up to $35,000, plus full exemption for federal pensions. Winters are a little dramatic, sure, but when the sun hits the water and the whole city smells like lobster rolls and ocean breeze, nobody complains. 17. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. If beaches were currency, Myrtle Beach would be the Federal Reserve. This place has 60 miles of shoreline, a community's built for retirees vibe, and a surprising sense of affordability. With a population of 38,417 and a huge 22.3% age 65 plus, you're basically walking into a city designed for your era. The cost of living sits at negative 8%. The average income is $50,558, and the city offers everything from golf courses designed by Palmer Norman, and Nicholas to 2 sprawling state parks. South Carolina taxes some retirement income, but every retiree gets a $10,000 exclusion, making it less painful than it sounds. Yes, summer tourism is chaos. Yes, parking near the beach can test your faith, but Myrtle Beach gives you ocean life, warm winters, and a community that feels instantly familiar. That's worth the sunscreen bill. 16. Milford, Delaware. Blink too fast and you'll miss Milford, but retirees definitely haven't. With a population of 12,981 and a surprisingly high 24.1% aged 65 plus. This is one of those places where the pace slows down just enough to feel intentional. Even better, it's only 15 minutes from Slaughter Beach and an hour from Rehoboth, meaning you get coastal living without coastal chaos. The cost of living is plus 8%, higher than average but low by Delaware standards. The average income is $53,472, and the state rewards you with some of the lowest property taxes in the nation. The downtown is full of boutiques, calm streets, and quiet charm, the kind that feels like a soft landing after decades of busy living. If you want beach access without rearranging your entire financial life, Milford is the cheat code. 15. Charleston, South Carolina. Charleston isn't a city, it's an experience. With a population of 153,672 and 16.3% age 65 plus, it balances history, comfort, and ocean breezes better than almost anywhere in the South. The cost of living is negative 9.6%, and the average income sits at $83,891, making it one of the more affluent coastal options on the list. You're minutes from Folly Beach and Sullivan's Island, surrounded by pastel houses, cobblestones, live music, and restaurants that treat seafood like religion. Retirees get a financial bonus with the homestead tax exemption, removing $50,000 off your home's taxable value at age 65 and up. Hurricanes and summer crowds are part of the package, but Charleston's beauty is so consistent you'll forgive it instantly. Mornings feel cinematic, evenings feel effortless. It's retirement elevated. 14. Savannah, Georgia. Savannah feels like a city dipped in charm and slow-motion sunsets. With a population of 148,004 and 14.7% aged 65 plus, it already feels tuned to retirees who like calm with a side of coastline. The cost of living sits at negative 9.8%. The average income is $54,748, and the weather stays warm enough for year-round strolls under Spanish moss trees. You get fishing, boating, river views, plus strong local health care with specialty options. Georgia's tax rules are a mix, but retirees get solid exclusions that help your money stretch. The only catch? Summer humidity tries to hug you into submission, but once you're wandering those historic squares with an iced drink, you'll forgive Savannah instantly. 13. Green Bay, Wisconsin. Green Bay feels like the friendliest city you've never considered. With 106,095 residents and 13.9% age 65 plus. It's big enough for amenities, but small enough to know your barista. The cost of living for retirees sits at negative 10%, and the average income is $59,174, a strong balance for Midwest living. Locals brag about clean air, low crime, and trails that turn every day into a walking or snowshoe adventure. Wisconsin does tax most retirement income, but at modest rates starting around 4%. Winters aren't gentle, but the community warmth makes up for the weather. And summer sunsets on the Fox River? Worth every snow shovel you'll ever buy. 12. Casper, Wyoming. Casper feels like retirement with elbow room. The city's population is 58,543, and 16.2% are 65 plus, meaning the pace is easy and the community is strong. The cost of living sits at negative 10%, and the average income is $40,686, making everyday life surprisingly affordable. Wyoming's tax perks are legendary. No income tax and a 0.57% average property tax rate, so your savings stay yours. Add in mountain views, a bustling senior center, outdoor recreation, and crime rates that stay low, and you've got a quiet haven with real benefits. Sure, Casper's winters have personality, but the beauty and financial freedom more than balance the chill. 11. Lexington, Kentucky. Lexington looks like a postcard, rolling fields, bright barns, and horses that seem professionally photogenic. The population is 320,347, with 14.2% age 65 plus, so retirees fit right in. The cost of living sits at -6%, and the average income is $66,087, giving the city a comfortable financial baseline. Locals rave about autumn. The whole canopy turns warm shades of gold and red, and the food scene includes everything from bourbon tastings to chef-driven gems. Kentucky's tax rating is mixed, but manageable. What makes Lexington shine is how it keeps you engaged. Senior learning programs, parks, walking paths, and a city vibe that feels energized without being overwhelming. 10. Rochester, New York. Rochester blends affordability with culture in a way few northeastern cities can pull off. With 209,352 residents and 12.5% age 65 plus, it's lively without feeling crowded. The cost of living is -11%, but housing is the star, 4% below national averages and 46% lower than New York State's average. The average income is $44,156, and retirees enjoy parks, lake access, museums, and welcoming neighborhoods. New York taxes most retirement income, but retirees stay for the community. People here actually talk to their neighbors. Add in quality healthcare and an easy social scene, and Rochester becomes an underrated northern gem, cold winters included. 9. Cincinnati, Ohio. Cincinnati brings big city perks without big city price tags. With a population of 309,513 and 12.9% aged 65 plus, it offers variety without chaos. The cost of living is -4%. The average income is $49,191, and Ohio's gentle tax brackets, 2.75% to 3.5%, keep retiree budgets intact even though most retirement income is taxed. What wins people over is the lifestyle. Diverse neighborhoods, riverfront walking paths, strong medical facilities, and a food scene that spans everything from chili traditions to high-end dining. Cincinnati feels grounded, cultural, and surprisingly affordable, a city that gives more than it takes. 8. Roanoke, Virginia. Roanoke sits in the mountains like it was placed there on purpose. The population is 97,847, and with 17.6% aged 65 plus, retirees blend right in. The cost of living hits an impressive -16%, and the average income is $51,523, offering one of the best affordability to quality ratios on the list. The city mixes mountain scenery with everyday convenience. Farmers markets, cafes, friendly neighborhoods, and quick access to endless outdoor trails. Virginia's tax rules are mixed, but elder protections are some of the strongest in the country. Roanoke feels like a place where life slows to the right pace, without sacrificing the joys of city living. 7. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh feels like a comeback story that never stopped winning. With a population of 302,898 and 15.1% age 65 plus, it's a city that knows how to age well and helps you do the same. The cost of living is -8%. The average income sits at $60,187, and Pennsylvania is one of the best tax states for retirees. No tax on retirement income, and a low 3.07% flat tax on everything else. What makes Pittsburgh irresistible is the blend of culture and comfort. You get 3 seasons of pleasant weather, riverside trails, walkable neighborhoods, and a powerhouse medical ecosystem led by UPMC. Museums, theaters, small cafes, and bridges that look like they came straight from a painter's notebook. It's all here. Pittsburgh feels like a city rebuilt for its next chapter, and the perfect place to start yours. 6. Brownsville, Texas. Brownsville is the retiree hack nobody talks about. The population is 189,382, with 12.3% age 65 plus, and the city sits at a warm, breezy corner of Texas near the Mexican border. The cost of living for retirees is negative 15%. The average income is $46,735, and Texas hits the jackpot for retirees with no income tax at all. Weather is semi-tropical, food is Tex-Mex heaven, and you get museums, parks, a growing arts district, and beaches close enough to make every weekend feel like a quick vacation. The affordability is real. Housing, groceries, and utilities all hover comfortably below national norms. If you want low stress, low bills, and warm weather that doesn't apologize, Brownsville is the quiet winner. 5. Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Winston-Salem is the kind of city that stays in your mind long after you visit. With a population of 251,350 and 14.6% age 65 plus, it's lively but never chaotic. The cost of living sits at negative 9%. The average income is $54,416, and the city is lined with hiking trails, arts districts, and neighborhoods that feel walkable and warm. North Carolina does tax retirement income, but the state income tax rate is low and dropping to 3.99% by 2027, making long-term planning easier. Retirees love the mild weather, green spaces, local museums, and the sense that every part of the city has its own personality. It's a place where culture and comfort meet in the middle and shake hands. 4. Reno, Nevada, mountains, casinos, and no income tax. Reno is more than neon lights and blackjack tables. With a population of 273,448 and 15.8% age 65 plus, it quietly balances entertainment with mountain living. The cost of living for retirees is plus 18.6%, but the average income sits at $73,073, and Nevada's biggest perk is unbeatable: no tax on retirement income. You're less than an hour from Lake Tahoe's ski slopes and hundreds of Sierra hiking trails. Outdoorsy retirees get the best of both worlds: city convenience and nature that looks like it was painted by someone showing off. Reno isn't cheap, but it rewards every dollar with scenery and sunshine. 3. Cheyenne, Wyoming. Cheyenne mixes frontier romance with 21st century ease. Its population is 64,610, with 17.5% aged 65 plus, so retirees find community right away. The cost of living sits around plus 0.3%, and the average income is $74,989, making life manageable and steady. Wyoming remains one of the most tax-friendly states. No income tax and low property taxes. Outdoor lovers get over 30 miles of trails at Kurt Godey State Park, horseback riding spots, and a summer rodeo so big it becomes the state's personality for 2 weeks. Cheyenne is peaceful but never dull. It's the rare capital city where the loudest thing you hear at night is the wind. 2. Spokane, Washington. Spokane feels like a nature documentary you somehow get to live inside. The population is 230,160, and 16.2% are 65 plus, giving the city a seasoned but energetic heartbeat. The cost of living is plus 3%. The average income is $63,316, and Washington's tax policies help retirees breathe easier, no state income tax. The motto says it all: near nature, near perfect. You've got mountain lakes, riverfront paths, fishing, boating, and endless trails. And unlike pricey Seattle, Spokane keeps housing and everyday expenses reasonable. If you want nature on demand without sacrificing city comfort, Spokane fits like a well-worn hiking boot. 1. Knoxville, Tennessee. Knoxville blends Appalachian beauty with college town spark. It has 195,889 residents, with 14.2% aged 65 plus, and the cost of living is negative 8.2%. The average income is $48,309, and Tennessee is a tax superstar for retirees. No tax on retirement income. You're 1 hour from Great Smoky Mountains National Park, plus over 100 miles of trails inside the city. Nights bring music festivals, theaters, and an art scene that feels younger than the zip code suggests. Healthcare is strong thanks to the University of Tennessee Medical Center. Knoxville is the perfect blend of affordability, scenery, and things to do. Mountain living without the mountain prices. Retirement isn't a retreat, it's a reset, and picking the right place can turn the next chapter into the best one yet. Whether you want beaches, mountains, small-town calm, or a city with personality, there's a corner of the country already waiting for you. Choose wisely, visit early, and when you're ready, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next hidden gem.